Hello, I'm David Groninger in Seattle, Washington. Today is December 9th, 2015. It's a beautiful night, dry, a bit chilly. I'm about to go on a bicycle ride. Before I do that, I'm going to give my 10-minute message for the day. Each day, I ask myself a question: what could I possibly say in a 10-minute message that might help 10 million people? And each day I come up with all kinds of ideas as far as things to say. Today, the idea was your physical health, your health, our health. Raise your standard of your physical health. And that includes your mental, emotional health. It all kind of works together. Raise your standard of your physical health. Don't go by what I call rather mediocre standards that the government sets, saying that, well, if you are this weight, then you are healthy, or if this is your blood pressure, then you are healthy. Go better than that. Raise your standard even more for every standard that the government says this is healthy. Remember, we live in a country where the government thinks it's okay that like 400,000 people die a year of cigarette smoking. So that's a part of the standard. They somehow accept that, and they accept that there can be these companies, the tobacco companies, that can do that. And that 40,000 people a year die just from secondhand smoke. These are non-smokers. These are people who die each year. That's more people than get murdered. That's more people than commit suicide. And drinking water is good for oneself. Raise your standard of health. Study about health. How many people spend 2 hours a day either surfing mindlessly, well, not mindlessly, in an amused kind of way, and it's fun, surfing on the internet, watching a little bit of a movie, doing a little bit of email, going on a little bit of Facebook, looking at a little bit of news, but just doing it because it's a pastime, not because they're really focused or trying to do something. And whereas pastimes and hobbies are fun, and any kind of recreation is therapeutic in itself, take some time each day to study about health, about physical health. What makes you live better? What makes this body function better? What kind of food is good for the heart? What kind of food is good for the lungs? What kind of food and a lifestyle will give you the best chances of defending yourself against something like cancer? What kind of a lifestyle, what kind of food can help you have the healthiest life possible? Study about these things. It's necessary to study because what happens is, in the world around you, you walk around, people every day who are either smoking or maybe look like they're in poor health, eating junk food, and it's such a part of our culture that it's like each day you're getting an advertisement that it is acceptable behavior to behave in ways of eating and drinking things and sitting all day long rather than getting up and moving. You're shown every day by the people around you a particular standard of health that's kind of like it's saying, this is acceptable, this is normal. I want you to say that is not normal for you. No, I don't think we can change other people so well, but we can change ourselves. I invite you to change yourself on this. Raise your standard of health. And don't wait until it becomes a popular thing or a fad to, drink a lot of water instead of coffee, to get up and exercise every 35 minutes from your computer, and rather than to sit there for 2 hours at a stretch. Don't wait until it's a fad, until people get on talk shows and saying that one's health is more important than money. Don't wait until, society finally says, 400,000 people that die a year from smoking, that is total insanity. It is a complete contradiction to intelligent life on Earth when that many people are dying. And just because an industry defends its right to produce a product just because for a profit. Raise your standard of health. Study about health. I challenge you to study about health for a minimum of 60 minutes each day. And if you really, really want to take your life to the top, commit yourself to studying for 2 hours a day about health, whether it be watching videos on YouTube, and take notes when you do it, attending classes, reading books, however you get your information, meeting with professionals or, health coaches, join support groups, meetup groups that are interested in the kinds of lifestyle and the kinds of food you eat, the kinds of exercise, and the well-balanced living of mind and emotion too, that contribute to good physical health. So that's my message today. Raise your standard of physical health and look at the benefits of this. Look at the benefits of living longer. Look at the benefits of living better during the time that you do have. Furthermore, when you think about, the things in life that we consider valuable, the things that we want, how many people are frustrated because they're trying to do something that they have little control about? So many things that are going on in the world, we only have a very limited amount of control. Even the amount of money or income we get, although we have a fair amount of control over our ability to create value in exchange for what we get back, even that is fairly, run by other people to an extent. But our health, the quality of our physical health, we are in control of that. We can find healthy air to breathe. We can get an air purifier for our home, even for our car, even at the place you work, in your office, you could have an air purifier. You are in control of the quality of the water that you drink. You don't have to drink water out of the faucet. You can drink healthy, pure water. You're in control of the air you breathe, the quality of the water you drink. You are in control of the quality of the food that you eat. You can shop around even on a low budget, and you can find healthy foods. You can find ways to eat the foods that are going to give you the best quality of health. You can also learn about how to not have food addictions and cravings and not overeat. You can have a thin, agile, active, high energy, very good feeling kind of a body. You can get enough rest. You can hang around other healthy people. You can start disassociating from people who are always encouraging you to eat too much pizza or beer or whatever it might be. Be around people who encourage a high standard of health and who adhere to a high standard of health themselves. So that's my 10-minute message today. Raise your standard of physical health. Study about health. It's important. If there was some national emergency where everybody had to spend an hour a day, planting vegetables because the world's running out of food, or everybody would spend an hour a day cleaning up their environment because they realized there was some, horrible toxin in certain garbage that was around the city. And so if everybody would spend an hour a day cleaning up this, they'd find this radioactive stuff or whatever it was, if this were the case. If there were a national emergency and each citizen of our land were required to spend 60 minutes a day doing something, they do it. But there's no national emergency, and there's no national emergency in the area of good health. It's kind of like everyone for themselves, and for the most part, businesses, for the sake of profit, are just promoting so many products and services that really are not for the benefit of good health, but just for the benefit of making a profit. And the consumer then gets inundated with so many messages about what's right, what's wrong, and so much of what we see every day are people in the process of immediate gratification, short-term satisfaction, with cheeseburgers, the French fries, the heavy meat, the 5-meat pizza, the ribs that are dripping with fat, you name it. We're inundated with the idea that all of this short-term gratification is good. Go after your health from a long-term basis. You won't need the immediate gratification because you won't keep dipping. Your energy won't keep dropping. Your emotions won't continue to fall down. You'll be more consistent. You'll be stable. You'll be more constant in your energy, and you won't have to have these quick fixes. Raise your standard of health excellence, and don't worry if nobody around you that is doing it. You do it. You're in control of it. You'll feel so much better. You'll be in a position to take more advantages of the free things in life, like just taking a walk and enjoying whatever kind of weather is happening. Get enough rest, drink plenty of water, eat healthy foods, get exercise, don't overdo it. In all of life's stresses, do 10% less of what you're supposed to do, and life will be so much better. Now this is my 10-minute mark. It means I'm supposed to shut up. So it means that if you're annoyed, like maybe perhaps you've been insulted because you think you already have a good state of health, and you shouldn't listen to somebody tell you to improve the quality of your health even more or to raise your standard even higher, it's okay because I have to quit right now. But that is my message. If I had 10 minutes to give a message that might help 10 million people, that's exactly what I would say. Raise your standard for healthy living. This is in your control. It's one of the things that you have absolute control over. All the many things in life that you have only a limited or even no control over, and how many people spend their time discussing, talking, and worrying about such things. Go for the things that you have almost 100% control over and accept that 100% control and master the art and science and the miracle of health excellence. Study about it. You'd be amazed at just an hour a day of putting yourself on a course. And you do this for 2 hours a day, and you will become so much different in your thinking than most of the people around you. And you're going to learn so many secrets that you never thought even existed about how you can take good care of yourself, how you can take better responsibility for your health, and how that's going to affect positively your well-being, your happiness, your emotions, your mindset, your attitude, and how much more of a giving person you can be when you have the health and the energy to do so, and how much more in life you're capable of receiving of all of the great, abundant, flow of things that are all around us. How much more will you be able to experience all these things when you are in an excellent state of health? It requires work, constant vigilance, constant maintenance. Sometimes we don't quite make it and we get sick. Don't worry about it. Keep right on studying it. Take more time than normal to get better. Take good care of your health. I'm going to shut up now and just say this one last thing, that this is my message that might help 10 million people. Increase the standards for the quality of your health by quite a bit. That is my message for you today. You can do it, and you will be your entire life. It takes gradual, these changes can be gradual, but you're going to be amazed at the results if you pick something so fundamental like this. That's my message for today. This is David Groninger in Seattle, Washington, saying thank you.